patient is Laverne, 60-year-old female admitted
Left
to subacute
CVA.
rehab yesterday after a 3-day stay in acute care. She was found on the floor of her second floor condo by her son. It's not known how long she was on the floor. She was diagnosed with a left CVA and expressive aphasia. Past medical history, she has some hypertension, osteoarthritis, and hypercholesterolemia. She's taking some meds. She worked part-time at a public library, lives alone in her second floor condo with no elevator. Her husband died 2 years ago, did not use any assistive devices, and likes to read and is active in her church. Her right upper extremity is spastic, unable to move outside a synergy pattern. Her right lower extremity strength is 2+ out of 5 for hip and knee, and 0 out of 5 for dorsiflexion. She has min assist for sitting balance, min assist for standing balance, and mod assist for ambulation for limb advancement, weight shifts, and guarding knee and stance.
Hi Laverne, my name is Kenny. I'm with physical therapy. I'll be working with you today. Is that okay? She can't talk, so she gives me a head nod.
Expressively, I think.
What exactly? We want to make sure that since we don't have any footrest, we want to make sure that we instruct Laverne on how to take care of her feet as we're wheeling down to the gym. So we're going to have have her hook her left leg behind her right ankle to hold up her right leg as we proceed.
Hopefully it's not far.
No, not too far.
5 feet.
Yep. So we're going to lock her in. I forgot to wash my hands.
And what else?
Take blood pressure
And
and heart rate and respiratory rate and pulse ox.
got it. Alright, so what would happen if she had really high blood pressure?
What would we do?
Yeah.
Oh man.
You're in a subacute facility.
Probably try not to move her much. Keep her where she is. See if she's taking her medications, if she has medications for it.
Or what posture would be better than sitting?
Lay her down.
And then maybe you would call the patient's nurse and say, hey, did they get their blood pressure medication yet today? Oh no, I haven't passed meds yet.
Didn't yell at the nurse.
Probably not. You want to do something else you like. But,
Okay.
yeah. So, and then you want to document that it's high.
Right.
And it's nursing notified.
All right. We want to put the gait belt on Laverne, so if you could lean forward just a little bit for me. Get this on you. And we don't need to worry about tucking the right arm into block to keep it out of the way. It's going to be spastic, so she's going to do a good job of keeping that away for us anyway, right, Laverne? Especially with the belts.
Aphasia is very challenging to work with. Sometimes they have one word that they can say. So, a patient that I had recently, her word was one. One, and that's all she can say. So, pick a word, Rob.
My patient could only say the buttocks.
That's the word.
Squirrel? His word is squirrel. Okay, so we're going to transfer Rob over to, or Laverne, over to the bed. I'm going to raise it up just a little bit first.
So when they say that one word, do they realize that it's ridiculous? Like when this guy kept saying buttocks over and over again, they just don't even
They can't actually formulate any other words. They have apraxia. And they just have
Some cases they know what they want to say, but
Right.
it's not coming out, and it's very frustrating.
Yeah.
So you do something where you're like, if you need like a yes or no
know the practical which.
You need to ask questions, and maybe they can nod, or shake their head, versus verbalizing, because it would still be one. One. They might be able to have inflection and say one, or one, you know, but. Sorry to interrupt for a minute.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Now, why did you raise the mat up?
Just for him, because we're gonna sit him down on it, and for him slash her, for him, it's gonna be easier for him to, in my eyes, to reach back and actually get a good handle on the mat as we go to sit down.
Okay.
Okay, so to stand him up, I'm going to have him slide out. So with his unaffected side, I want you to slide this forward and slide it forward as much as you can here, and I'll help you the rest of the way. Okay, and then bring this side a little bit forward.
So let's not forget when we're facilitating a unilateral scoop, where is your more distal hand going to be? So you're approximately on the pelvis. Where's
I'm
your?
up here. And
Nope.
then,
Yep, but it's on the same limb. Where's
oh,
your right hand going to be? Your left hand was perfect.
are you
Just put your left hand back.
okay down here?
Okay, where does your right hand go?
On the knee? At the knee. Squirrel. You should have said something.
Okay, so distally at the knee, so we're going down and in.
Okay.
Facilitation is down and in.
As we slide him out.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so he's at the edge. Now I'm gonna block with. It's more comfortable for me to use my left leg against his right leg to block. So we're gonna block and we're gonna stand up and do a stand step transfer to the bend. You could do a stand pivot with it, but we're gonna do a stand step with this one. Okay, so what I want you to do is on 3, I want you to push up with this hand and with this leg. Push as much as you can with your right leg as well. But I want you to lean nose over toes. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Good. Okay, so since he's up there, we're going to pivot him, or step. Okay, now step with your left leg.
Do you have a spastic lower extremity too, Rob? I
No.
don't think so.
It's
Flat.
Put your foot flat.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you. I appreciate that. Squirrel? Okay, go ahead and reach back and slowly sit down. I'll help him sit down. Okay. So now that he's here, we're going to do some EMF stretches with his right arm. Since it is spastic, we want to lengthen that a little bit so that he can put some weight bearing on the table. So we want to do some hold, relax, PNF techniques just to try to lengthen out the bicep. So I'm going to bring it out as far as I can. We'll stay right there. Okay, don't let me move you. Okay, relax. Lengthen it as much as I can. Don't let me move you. Relax. Lengthen it. We'll say this is as far as we can go. So what I want to try to do now is get it underneath him and have the table help facilitate the extension and the lengthening of the bicep so that he can weight bear there to help stabilize where he is. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is do some PNF techniques with his unaffected arm. Right now we just want to make it mainly focus on stabilizing his right shoulder or his, get weight bearing through his right shoulder so that it can get the lengthening in his bicep. So we're going to do some D1 and D2 flexion with his unaffected arm, and we can basically do that. I'll have some bean bags up over top me right here. My tech's helping me out with some bean bags here. So I'm going to instruct Rob on grabbing a bean bag over the top of my head and then putting it into the bucket over here and to make sure he goes palm down, putting it into the bucket. I'm stabilizing the anterior part of his right shoulder to prevent any anterior translation of the humeral head, as well as stabilizing along the olecranon on his elbow. Okay, so he's doing that. We'll do a set of those. And then we can actually have him reach further overhead to facilitate some more rotation within his trunk. Good. Reach again.
So the big deal with rotation and weight bearing of the upper extremity is that it really forces the scapula to start moving. The scapula is just really, really important with your hemiplegic patients and your weak patients. So that's why the rotation is very helpful.
Next, we'll do the, what one was that? That was D1, or, sorry. That was D1. That was D1 flexion. Okay, so the next one we want to do the D2 flexion. So we'll have him act like he's going to be putting on a seatbelt. So reach back and grab your seatbelt. Good. Now bring it to your opposite hip and act like you're plugging it, your buckling it in. Okay, do it again. Good. Want to make sure that he's following with his head, his head with his hand, or yes, looking at his hand to help promote some of that rotation within his trunk. Okay, now that we've done those, we're going to get him standing up. So kind of the similar thing that we did here. We're just going to stand up. Okay, so on 3, I want you to lean forward. Actually, I want you to slide out to the edge first. Okay, and then okay, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, stand up tall, stand up tall. Okay, now we're going to face the mat. Well, actually, can I use this table? Okay, can you raise this up? Mat won't go up high enough.
You might have that situation so
We'll stack a bunch of phone books.
there you go.
Okay, that's probably good. Okay, step forward with your left leg. Okay, step forward with left. Okay, put this hand up here, and this hand here. You're doing a good job. Fantastic. Oh, I did a bad job right there. I didn't keep that blocked. My bad. You want to make sure you keep that blocked. His right leg.
And also, when you were walking, not that you can do it right, I'm just saying, but what else do we need to facilitate when we're stepping?
Are you talking about like the translation, tibial translation, or?
No, I'm talking about
Oh,
he was off.
Oh, okay.
He was very good
Gotcha.
and did not weight shift at all. So anyway, I mean, that's the only challenge with transitioning from where you are to walking
Mhm.
to where you are now, is that you might not have been ready to do the walking piece.
Right. Okay.
Because you have the modified planograde in your head.
Right.
That's okay, you could just stand up using a table tray, and then you don't have to go anywhere, and you're just standing.
Okay.
That's probably easier. Not in here, because we don't have all that, but, so you kind of have to plan those things out in your head, like, okay, I'm gonna move from sit to modified planograde, and I'll need this table tray, and